Alright guys, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. We got up at 6 this morning and went to the park, got coffee, did our thing. I'm in the back of my truck because I was cooking breakfast, and last night was kind of our first official cold night. Well, actually our second, but it was a low of 33 last night. The second coldest night we've done was a low of 38, which actually really wasn't bad. I was actually still sleeping in shorts at that point, but last night I had normal pajamas on and was under blankets and was fine. The dogs didn't even snuggle together, so we didn't use the Mr. Buddy propane heater. We were just fine. So one of the things I think I'm learning is that we're thicker skinned than we thought we were. I mean, if someone had said a year ago you're gonna sleep in a truck and it's gonna be 33 degrees out and you're not gonna have heat, I would have been like, oh, that's terrible, I'm freezing, I'm gonna be miserable. I was fine. We weren't, as far as the temperature goes, that was not what kept us up all night. I just, my legs were bugging me yesterday because I spent a lot of time in the car driving, so we had a mini road trip, and so that's actually what bothered my sleep more than the temperature, was just the cramping in my legs from the day trip. So I'm a little more heavily dressed now than I was last night because I'm actually outside. It is about 35 degrees out at the moment, and there is kind of a breeze. It's not heavy, but little breeze chill. So yeah, we're first night in the true cold wasn't bad at all, and actually, got a little gratitude check here because as I was cooking my hamburger breakfast, this guy walks by with his bike. He was walking his bike and it had a trailer attached to it, and he had pretty much everything I have in my truck in his little bike trailer, and you could tell by the way he was dressed he had probably slept outside last night. So makes one thankful that they have a truck to sleep in. Could always be worse. And then there was another dude that parked not too far from me. He had a little 4-door sedan Subaru, so small vehicle, and it didn't look like he lived in it. He may or may not have, but he got out and he checked every single trash can in the park. I think he was just looking for scrap metal because that's kind of what he was holding when he walked away and got in his car and drove off. He was actually friendly. He came over and said hi, asked if I was cooking, and I said yes, and he goes, okay, well, have a good day. So I don't know, there's a lot of people around here doing what we're doing or worse. So as difficult as it can be, it could always be worse. At least we have the truck. I think the key is going to be staying dry and staying protected from wind, and I think we'll actually do okay. Colorado does have nights that will hit 0. That might be another story, mostly because of the dogs. I actually can go buy gear that's appropriate for camping at those temperatures, but trying to bundle up 2 dogs, that's a whole nother story, because I can't force them to sit in a sleeping bag all night. They'd probably rip right through it. They'd chew through it. So I think if I had to do this lifestyle forever, I could make it work. But it's the dogs that kind of that is the setback. Now, don't get it twisted. The dogs are my family. They're not going anywhere. But this lifestyle is not as hard as a person would think, as long as they have the gear that they need. The only hard part is just making sure that if the temperature were to drop, and that's why we've got the propane heater. And I mean, truly, if it gets to be dangerous, we'll go to somebody's house. I know there's plenty of people who, if we called and had an emergency, but we don't really want to bother people until we need it, because this is an ongoing day-to-day lifestyle, and so you just don't want to burn bridges with people. You want to be respectful of their space and ask for help only when you really need it. That way you're not encroaching. So but yeah, it's not that bad. So if anything, hopefully this video gives encouragement to anybody facing winter. As long as you're not in like Minnesota, South Dakota, below 0, horrendous climate, you'll probably be okay. So anyway.